Today we are installing the BerleyPro Total Scan Transducer Mount. This is going on a Hobie 2015 Pro Angler. You can see here that the transducer protector is very rigid. Looks to provide a lot of protection from going over rocks or any type of debris. First thing you're wanting to do is remove this stock housing for the transducer mount from Hobie. Alright, so you'll feed the cable through the plate like so, making sure that this impression that is pushing down, and essentially you're going to have that cord coming through the top. Next, what you're going to want to do, and I'll have to put the camera down for this, is line these stock holes from the plate up with the transducer. Then you're going to use the screws that are provided from your unit. I bought a Lowrance, so you only have to use the Lowrance screws that were provided to screw this plate onto the transducer. Alright, got the screws in place. I suggest just doing a finger tightening on them. Don't tighten them too tight right away because you may not be able to mount up the plate. But now that you can see that they are finally tightened, I went in a crisscross pattern and went pretty snug. And you can see now how it fits right inside the other unit, all nice and tucked away. Now it's time to feed this cable up through the Kayak, and we're almost done. Alright, we want to feed that cable through the Kayak now. Alright, now with the stock plate removed, we want to feed this cable through the Kayak. So start feeding it through. Alright, one last step here. Using the screws provided, which is typically on the back of the instructions of the card, you're going to use these two screws right here and right here. And you're going to use a factory screw that you got from Hobie for the front screw right there. And keep in mind these factory screws held in this plate right here. So go ahead, get that mounted up, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, here we go. Use the two screws provided by BerleyPro. Use the factory screw provided by Hobie. Look how nice that looks, guys. All nice and snug and tucked up there. I mean, that thing is a beast. You can take some damage because I'm hard on kayaks. So, but pro tip here is make sure that you don't final tighten these down. You just leave them. You get a few threads in them and then move to the next one because it is kind of a challenge to get this plate, the plate behind it, and the screw that's in the hull all lined up. So make sure that don't final tighten it down, just get it there so it's a little bit, so it holds it, and then do the other three, and then do your final tightening. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. Nice slick unit. Looks like it fits up there well. Good job, BerleyPro. Alright, next what you're going to want to do is you got the factory hole there from Hobie. You're going to want to remove that cap, and then you're going to start feeding the line down through there, and this will go inside the hull. So you're going to remove this cap here and start feeding line through. Alright, ran the cable through. Make sure you put that nut end of this grommet on first so you'll be able to screw this back on when you're done. Got all the cable through now. Now it's time to run it to the front and run it to the unit. Alright, got the cable ran through. Now I want to take it and keep going to the front so I can get to one of the existing mounting holes that Hobie provided. Right there. Alright, got the transducer wire coming through the factory Hobie hole here. Make sure when you put this on that you put the little screw lock or the nut on first, or you're going to have a hard time and have to redo this whole thing. Ran it up here to the unit, and we are done.